Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to show you guys something that's like one of my all-time favourite games. This is quite an old one now, it's been out for quite a while. It's called Elite Dangerous. And it's basically a kind of huge sandbox open world simulation of our entire Milky Way galaxy. Hang on, let me get rid of that mouse cursor for a second for you. Yeah, that should be gone. Good. Right, so what we'll do, I'm going to jump straight in now. I've referenced this game so many times in like streams and stuff like that, so I'm really quite excited to show it to people because I think that it's an absolutely amazing game and probably doesn't get enough recognition for what it does. Right, here we are. So we're inside my my ship at the moment. This is my Anaconda. It's one of the biggest ships in the game. Kind of one of the end game targets, you might say. I've had this game for a long time, so I've had a lot of time to build up a pretty decent little empire. Basically, what this game is it's a recreation of the entire Milky Way galaxy. Let me show you the map very quickly, just give you some idea of what I'm talking about here. We're going to the galaxy map. All right, so here we are. We're at my kind of de facto home planet. I've kind of one planet home system. This is where I've been hanging out for most of the game, to be honest, just because it's a decent system. It's got loads of cool shit in it. If we zoom out, if I can just remember how to zoom out. How do we zoom out? I'm not actually too sure how I zoom out of this map because what I've done, I've bought myself a HOTAS controller the other day, and I've just started playing Elite with the HOTAS. But okay, fuck it. Take it from me, it's the entire Milky Way galaxy, 400 billion stars. It's huge. And one of the things I wanted to do today was take you guys on a little bit of a tour, show you some of the shit. And I was thinking I could maybe just take you down to our solar system, a little guided tour of our solar system, which would be quite cool. Anywho, I'm going to change out of my giant Uber ship here and get into something a little bit more explory. Much as I love this ship, and I do, this is like the best ship. I do own others. Why won't you let me go to my stored ships? You're having the same problem I was having with the map. I haven't actually allocated a control to change into my... Oh, there we go, there we go. Wicked. Okay, stored ships. Yeah, we'll jump into the Chieftain. So use this ship. And that'll plonk my Anaconda into storage. Here we go. This is much smaller, it's a nice open cockpit. I do need to quickly set my fire groups in case we get into any trouble. Hang on a minute. For some reason, it's changed my controls for switching through menus. So we're going to deal with that very quickly. Where would it be? It'd be in the interface, wouldn't it? Next panel tab. Previous panel tab. There we go. It did that earlier when I was mucking around with this. For some reason it likes just changing that out, but should be fine now. There we go. I should be able to get in and out of the map a bit easier now as well. Right, anyway. So we'll do the Veil Guns as Group 1. Multi-cannons as Group 2. Nice and simple. Shield Cell Bank. Kind of going to have to do that in the second group. There we go, that'll do. Cool, right. So, if we go to the galaxy map, find Earth. Can I zoom in and out now? No, but I can move between these. I need to be able to zoom in and out to be able to get to Earth. Oh no, I don't, because I've already selected it as a bookmark. I really do need to set up some controls for this map. Let's say your left, your right, pitch up, pitch down. Yeah, I definitely need to set some controls up, but I won't do it now because you guys have seen enough of me mucking around with that. Right, so I've targeted Sol, that's our solar system. So let's go. I appreciate I'm doing a really bad job so far of making this game look at all interesting, sitting in menus and stuff, but we're off now. The space station is massive. All of the space stations are massive. As it happens, we're right at the front door, so.
Ship restraints retracted. Follow the greens on your way out.
This station operates under a docking reservation policy. Ensuring authorization.
Landing gear retracted.
And we're out. So, in order to get to our solar system, I'm going to have to do a couple of jumps, 4 to be exact. The way that it's routed is, we could probably have done it a lot less. I've got more than enough jump range, but that'll be interesting enough anyway. So, start.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is the first star we need to get to, 3.8 light years away.
You are clear of the station. Federal Flight Control signing off.
3, 2. This is one of the cool things about this game. And I've got what's called a fuel scoop on my ship, so if you get close enough to the sun you can actually scoop them for fuel, which is what I was doing just there. Get a better look at that puppy. Where is it? Behind us. Pretty cool, huh? Ordinarily, you don't really want to be flying that close to stars, but we're all good. See, again, I do need to fiddle around with the map because we could have jumped this in one jump. It's doing these little jumps at 5.8 light years and stuff. This ship can jump 30 light years at a time, so I'm not sure why it's doing that, but so what? Let's do it. Next jump. I am loving this with a HOTAS. I've played this game for years just with a joypad. And to be fair, I had it all kind of well mapped for the joypad. It works well with a joypad. If you wanted to get this game, you don't have a HOTAS, still get it. It works great with a pad. But with a HOTAS, this is great, particularly in VR.
Complete. Frameshift drive charging.
It's just some real Doctor Who shit, this. Every time I jump, I just kind of hear the Doctor Who music in my head. It does look great in VR, though. Quickly scoop this sun just to grab some fuel off it.
Fuel scooping complete.
And there we are, last jump takes us to Sol. That is our solar system. So we can check out Earth, check out Mars, obviously check out
Frameshift
Saturn
drive
and
charging.
Jupiter, probably Uranus. Maybe land on the moon. Actually, I'm not sure if you can land on the moon. You can land on moons, you can land on planets. I'm just not sure if you can land on the moon. This is a heavily permitted site, this, because obviously it's the birthplace of humanity. Like you need a permit to get in here, and that takes some time to get. And so it's not like you can just sort of fly down to New York, go land on the Empire State Building or anything. You know, you need to get shot out the sky if you even tried.
Fuel scooping complete.
So let's see, where we're going to go first. Could check out Venus, but I'm thinking Earth would be the first one to check out. There's our sun. Now, there's so much that you can do in this game. You kind of start off in this crappy little ship with 1,000 credits, which, take it from me, ain't going to get you very far, and no real direction. You just got to kind of figure out what you want to do. There's missions that you can pick up in space stations and stuff like that, where they'll tell you to do deliveries or maybe combat or go kill a load of these, kill a load of that. You could be a pirate. You could be a mercenary. I've kind of made all of my money in combat, just mercenary stuff. Hunting down bandits, that kind of shit. We're going to fly by here, we're coming in too fast, grabbed by its gravitational pull, but we can flip it around. Where is that? Is that the States? Bottom end of it? Like Brazil kind of bit? I mean, look at that, guys. That's us right there. Quite something to see in VR in a game this detailed. And this is kind of why I picked this ship to do this in, because, you know, big open roof. The other one's more of a battleship. Great for blowing shit up, but not so good for sightseeing. I wonder if we can land on the moon. I've not actually tried. I doubt it. I know you can land on some planets in our solar system. Well, some of the moons at least, but I'm not sure about the moon. I'm going to try it though. See if it is landable. And there she is, our moon. We're still currently trapped in Earth's gravitational pull, but as we get further away, we'll be able to pick up speed. All these things you see flying by here, these aren't shooting stars or anything. These are other ships. This is actually a massively multiplayer online role-playing game of sorts. It's got hundreds of thousands of players playing in it, and you can play online and just sort of meet random people as you go. I'm actually playing it in solo mode at the moment, just so as I don't get hassled by other players. And because I'm a little out of practice and I'm still getting used to using the HOTAS, so I don't want to get into any combat that's actually going to test me. It sounds a bit gay, but you know, if just up against a computer, I ain't going to have to worry too much. Coming in a little quick. It may have grabbed me, but we're slowing down. No, at this range it would already be commencing atmospheric flight, I think, so, or attempting. So no, we can't land on that. But still, it's the moon. Oh, it's taking a hit there. Something big crashed into it. Right, where to next? I think... I mean, obviously all of the planets in our solar system are cool. Venus, lovely, brilliant, but I am kind of thinking Saturn needs to come up next. We could check out Mars, but the thing with Mars is it wouldn't even look like Mars, because this is obviously a future version of, well, us. And as a result, Mars has been terraformed, so now it's got water on it and an atmosphere. It looks very different to how you would expect it. Saturn has not been terraformed because you can't terraform a gas giant. But this game's always been a guilty pleasure of mine. I just love this. It's so relaxing, it's so immersive. Even in the flat screen, if you don't have VR, flat screen, this game is really quite incredible. It's the most accurate space sim out there. I know there are people out there that would make that argument for what's it called? I forget what it's called now. First contact game that's never ever going to come out. Currently travelling at 25 C. That's 25 times the speed of light, for anyone who's wondering. 1 C is light speed, so we are really fucking motoring along now, up to 30 times the speed of light. Well, now. See, I can interact with all of my computers and stuff like here just by looking at them and then obviously cycling through groups and stuff. You can land on planets. This ship has got a rover in it, so I can just deploy in that and drive around on the planet's surface. The one we were in before has got 2 rovers and 2 fighters. Well, it's actually got about 16 fighters, but it can only fire them out 2 at a time. You can also jump into those though and have the your autopilot take over on the actual main ship. And for I mean, any solar systems that we as a species are at this point quite aware of, so you know, things like Betelgeuse and stuff like that, they have really accurately recreated this stuff. Obviously there are millions of solar systems in our galaxy that we've never really had a look in, so for that it's more of a computer algorithm that generates it on a basis of probability. But anything we know, factually know about, it's here, including Sagittarius A, the centre of our galaxy, which is obviously a massive fucking black hole, and you can fly there. In fact, it might take us to a black hole. Depends on how long we're in here for. Black holes are interesting. Let's get into the rings of Saturn. Now at the moment I'm flying in a sort of Newtonian physics, sort of artificially stabilised version of flight, so it kind of feels more like you'd expect from a traditional aircraft. I do have a autopilot off button, which will basically give us complete space flight.
Flight assist off.
And now, I mean, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it will keep going the same direction. You know, I'm not touching anything right now. So it's complete space physics.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
But it's fun. And it can be quite useful in combat as well. Generally, you want to fly with your assists on though. Like this. So this is what Saturn's rings look like. Up close and personal. And we can mine this if we were so inclined, but I gotta say, I've had this game for, I want to say, about 8 years now, and I've never mined a thing. Not really my jam. Look at that. And to think that right now is up in the sky in our fucking solar system. This is there. You can get a telescope right now and look at this. Quite something. I think Jupiter would probably be even more impressive. You see it just up there in the distance? It looks like a tiny white dot. Right, we need to get out of the mass lock of this field, because right now we can't boost, now we can. Oh, what did I just... Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Comply.
My bad. I'm still getting used to the controls of this HOTAS, and I'm pretty sure I just got my guns out and started fucking around. Right, there we go. Why is my drive disabled? There we go.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I'm still getting a bit used to it, but I am really loving this with a HOTAS. It's great. I picked it up really cheap too. 35 quid I paid for this. The HOTAS, I mean. Now this game is also available on the PlayStation. Unfortunately the VR isn't available on PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it would melt if it even tried this. But if you've got PC VR and you've not tried Elite Dangerous, you really should. It's one of the, not only one of the best games I think on PC if you're into this sort of genre, this kind of do what you want, where you want, space type thing, which and I love this. I can't say enough how much I love this type of game. But as a VR game, I think it's one of the best there is. It's stunning. I hope that's kind of translating in the YouTube video. I mean, obviously for me in the headset, this is outputting at 4K. It looks incredible. It's sharp as all hell. On the YouTube video, I'm doing it at 1080p 30, just because I don't know whether or not I can really push it that much further and not have it impact the performance. But hopefully you can see this is, for a VR game, quite a fucking thing. Jupiter's still tiny off in the background. It's a tiny bit bigger now though. You can just it's slowly coming into focus. Kind of make out its rings now. Look at that. How about we go land on Europa? One of Jupiter's moons. coming on the dark side of it. I do have a night vision camera I could switch on, which will sort of give us better vision, but I think we're good for the moment. I kind of want to stay on the dark side because that's the side that we can see Jupiter from.
Flight engaged.
And I kind of want to check that view from the planet's surface, if you know what I mean. Switch on our night vision. External lights on. So that weird filter that's all sort of green and weird, that's the night vision filter, just giving us a view of the terrain. Just because it's dark as hell and crashing into a planet would have the expected results. So, coming into Europa. Planet's got very light gravity, 0.13 G, so basically 13% of Earth's gravity. If you jumped here, you get some air. Anyone could dunk on Europa. Just under 2 kilometers above the ground. Coming in at 267 meters per second, so I should probably slow that shit down. So I've got a mountain of sorts on the left, like a mountain range. Right. Let's get the night vision off. I suppose one of the downsides of coming on the dark side of Europa, though, is you don't get to see how it looks. Europa's kind of white with these red veins going across it. Really can't see the ground, so we're going to have to do this essentially with instruments. Whoa. Fuck it. Night vision back on.
Landing gear deployed.
Fighter or something within range of us. Not sure what he's doing. We'll try and find a bit of ground flat enough to land on. Oh. Oh, here we go. looks like we're down, but it's not actually. Try and land over here. This is one bumpy planet. No consideration for tourism. None. Normally it's not this hard to find a landing spot. That looks kind of flat over there. We're down. There we go. Right, turn off that nitrogen. There we go. Let me show you something pretty cool.
Drive assist on.
I'm hoping the controls have automatically bound themselves for this. Guessing they have.
Low gravity warning.
So I mean, even my little ship there is pretty big. It doesn't feel all that big when you're just sitting in the cockpit, but look at the size of it. And the Anaconda makes this thing, you can fit this in the Anaconda easily. So I haven't actually set up the controls on this yet either, so need to be careful. But here we are, driving around on Europa. How cool is this, guys? And this is a Europa-sized Europa. If you wanted to drive from one side of it to the other, I mean, I hope you packed a lunch, is all I would say. Obviously, there's no atmosphere on Europa, so looking up, this is what you would see off of our planet if we didn't have an atmosphere. You wouldn't see it for very long, mind, because you'd be dead. But yeah, look at that. It's amazing. It's incredible to think that this is all out there. And from here, sat on Europa, fuck knows how many miles from Earth, you wouldn't even know that Earth existed. The sun's just a tiny blip. Where is the sun from here? Try and get eyes on it. No. See, with the lack of gravity, every time we get a bit of air, we're off. Where is Jupiter? Because from here, Jupiter would be quite visible. I mean, the whole reason I landed on the dark side of this planet was so I could get a look at it. Actually don't know where it is. Let's do a bit of a spin. How can we be missing Jupiter? It's huge. Oh, that's why. Hello, Jupiter. Imagine seeing that in the night sky. Quite a thing. I really hope this isn't boring you guys. I mean, if it is, you've probably switched off by now, so I doubt that's entirely relevant, but I mean, this is just crazy to see. And I've only done this in VR a couple of times, Elite, so I'm still kind of awed by it in VR. This is just Another level of awesome. Whoa. Might get stuck here. Yeah. Have to come in from the other side. See, I actually got this ship because I thought it looked a little bit like Serenity. If any of you guys have seen Serenity, I mean, it doesn't look just like it, but it's about as close as it gets in this game. Just a nice looking ship.
Mission objective detected.
That's so. Right. Next up, Uranus. Because obviously we couldn't come here without having a look at Uranus.
Landing gear retracted.
What is that? Fuck it. I've kind of forgotten how to target because I don't know what I set up as the actual pick next target button on this. So there's a lot of controls, so I'm just going to increase my scan range. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
See ya, Europa. Actually, before we go to Uranus, I'm just going to quickly get a little bit of distance from the ground so we can get some speed up, and I'll quickly fly around to the light side of Europa just so I can show you what I mean, or by the whole kind of white planet with like red veins and stuff in the, you know, bright side. Come to think of it, that would explain why I couldn't see the sun either, because we were on the dark side of it. That's it. Atmospheric flight, there we go. We'll do a lap around Europa. So, there's the Europa that you guys are probably more familiar with, anyone who's familiar with our solar system. It's a pretty stunning planet. Now off to Uranus. It's one of the furthest planets in our solar system. want to fly all the way out there and just turn around and look at the sun and just see what it looks like from that side of the solar system. See you, Jupiter. Not quite up to the speed of light yet. We're moving pretty fucking quick. We're now officially travelling at the speed of light. Twice the speed of light. Four. You get up some ridiculous speeds in this game. Right now we're at 60 times the speed of light. So it gives you an idea of just how far away these fucking things are. And this is accurate, by the way, in terms of how long it would take to travel from there to here at what is now 77 times the speed of light. Light speed would still take you quite a long time to get from one side of the solar system to the other. Well, Uranus is a big planet as well. It's several times the size of Earth. It's got its own bunch of moons. Look at that. Those rings are almost completely transparent. Clearly not very dense, the asteroids that are composing those. That is quite something. That looks beautiful. Let's go check out what some of the moons of this stunning planet look like. Oh, look at that. That looks great. Titania. We've got Ariel. Let's check out Ariel. Where's the sun? The sun is somewhere down there. It's one of those star-looking things. Don't actually see it. But you can barely even see the sun from this far out. Ariel. I wonder if I can land on this. Can you land on this? You can land on this. Should we land on this? Yeah, let's do that. Hello, Ariel.
Orbital flight engaged.
0.01 G. I mean, if you launched a rock off of this, you'd be able to eventually hit Earth with it. I mean, it would probably take about 1,000 years to get there. Oh, I am so flying through that ravine. That was just built to be flown through. This planet looks pretty. Well, planet, moon. It's a planet. It's basically a planet. It looks awesome. Look at this. This looks great. See, if I was in my Anaconda, I could jump out of this and get into my fighter. Really have some fun down there. There's a touch more gravity. It's 0.03 G as you actually get closer to the planet, but that is one seriously deep ravine. Excuse the noise, that's my afterburners. I'm just giving us a bit of a spurt. We're still 5 kilometers off the ground. Level off about 1.5k off the ground here, or not. We're actually about half a kilometre off the ground now. Look at this! How cool! We're in some massive canyon on Ariel. Just a random moon orbiting Uranus. Who knew it? Turns out Uranus is a fun place to be. is the most bonkers canyon I've ever seen. Look at it, just goes on forever. Well, since I can't zoom in or out, and I don't seem to be able to pick anything particularly interesting to take you guys to until I've gotten that fixed. I've got that that says stunning, but I'm pretty sure 270 light years away. It wouldn't plot a direct route. So I'm going to take us home. I've been able to show you guys what I mean when I'm banging on about how awesome this game is, and if you liked what you saw, then leave a comment and I will definitely come back and play more of this. Show you some combat, maybe take you out to see a black hole, all that kind of shit. For now, we'll start making our way back to the space station. Canyon was mad. I really need to untarget that for a sec.
Frameshift drive charging.
Because it was obscured, so it wasn't going to let me go to it. Now I can target it. Oh, it's retargeted, that's good. Look at that, that is so cool. That really is absolutely bonkers. That right now is floating around in our solar system, just begging for someone to take a dune buggy down it. That's awesome, man. That looks brilliant. Let's get some distance, get a bit of speed up.
Frameshift drive charging.
See you later, Ariel. That was an awesome planet. I really like that.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
see all the coronas coming off the suns. This game is just amazing.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And there's home. Well, technically you could say we've just come from home, but there's home for me.
Frameshift drive charging.
I really hope this has come across well on the stream, and you guys have gotten to see just how beautiful this game really is. There's so much more to it. What you've seen today is just the tiniest part of it.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, let's finish off the fuel scoop. A bit closer to that star. Got some petrol for me.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
There's a knack to that. You get too close to that star and you'll know about it. For my base, I can't. I'm just missing it clearly. There it is. So you can switch on these orbit lines, gives you a better idea of where orbits are. You're less likely to overshoot that way, but I kind of like it raw, if I'm honest. Get a bit closer to that planet on the way in. Take a gander on it. It's like Jupiter, but uglier. I mean, it's cool, but it's no Jupiter. Sorry, TZ Ariatis 3. As punchily named as you are. I'm loving this with the HOTAS. This just kind of completes it. throttle a bit. We're at risk of overshooting, and we're good. Landing pad 41.
For approach to landing pad 41. Warning, decrease speed immediately.
Landing gear deployed.
Advise, traffic restrictions are in place at this facility. Maintain safe separation.
41. Where are you? There he is. Right by the door. Drop some height. Oh, okay. Bit more height.
Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This station will not allow such untitled behavior.
Landing successful. Ship secured.
And there we go. Elite Dangerous. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been wanting to show people this game in VR and show people what it's all about for a long time. And I will do more stuff on it. But for now, that was Elite Dangerous. See you guys next time.